Hello, welcome to Broken Mind and Growing Confidence, the podcast with funding from the National Lottery and the government. I'm Claire from Positive Life Workshops. I am a guide and a healer. I help people who have struggled with anxiety and depression, who want to start living that more positive life. This week I'm going to talk about boredom and low mood. The main theme is boredom. And the reason for this is because on Sunday evening, I got really bored. And now that's really, really unusual for me because I don't tend to get bored very often. I don't watch telly, and I will look at my phone quite a bit and go online and look for ideas and look for inspiration and things like that. I don't often get bored. And when I kind of sat back and spoke to my friend Sarah about it, and when I was talking to her about it, and I was like, I've not done anything all weekend. So I work more or less constantly, like making contacts, connecting people, looking for funding, like making sure people are all right. I'm always kind of doing something. So at the weekend, I decided that I needed to stop and relax and not do anything and kind of not work and pay more attention to the kids and the family and have a bit more time with them. Now, so I didn't do anything all of Saturday, didn't do anything all of Sunday. And then when it got to Sunday evening, I got really bored and my mood dipped. And I just went to a point where I was like, I just want to go to sleep. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to go to sleep and I can't be bothered. And I just felt awful. And I ended up having an early night and going to bed. Now I woke up in the morning and I did my normal morning routine, which is I get out of bed and I think thank you as soon as I get out of bed. And then every step up the stairs, I say thank you in my mind. And then I just get on with my normal routine, getting ready, do a bit of meditation when I'm outside, then come back in and everyone else is getting up and I get on with the day. And then we went out and Kev was working. So we went out and I was in the car and I was doing some work in the car and I finished everything that I could do at that time. And I got to that initial point of, oh, what do I do now? And it was like a replay of the night before. And I could feel myself getting to that, I'm getting bored. So I stopped myself in my tracks and I was like, right, you've got a book to listen to. You've got pads, pens, papers. There's loads of stuff going on around you. So even though I was sat in the car with nothing to do, instead of kind of sitting there thinking, I've not got anything to do, I'm bored, or there's loads of things to do, but I don't want to do them, I started to look around and like look at nature outside, and I noticed lots and lots of birds on one tree. So I was watching the birds like flit about the tree, and then they all flew over to some more trees over the other side, and more birds were coming, and I was just sat there and I was just feeling grateful that I could see these birds and the birds were playing, and I'd not gone into that boredom because I was thinking about how grateful I was about seeing these birds. And as they moved from one tree to the other, behind the other tree was the moon, and it was like, wow. And then I sat there and I was watching the moon and I was looking at the trees, and it was just kind of a nice experience where I could have kind of gone down that cycle of, oh, I'm so bored. And then that would have kind of sent me down the other cycle and would have made me in a low mood again. And I found that because I wasn't doing anything, it was harder to actually do something when I kind of needed to do something. So when I got to the point when I was bored and I needed to do something for my mental health because I was getting low, because I'd not done anything all weekend, I didn't have the motivation, even though I said, I've got this that I could be doing, I've got that I could be doing, I've got loads of arts and craft materials, I've got jewellery I could be making, there's all these things that I could be doing, but because I'd not done anything for 2 full days, I couldn't be bothered and I didn't have the motivation. So as soon as I felt that kick in, and then I decided to like, right, okay, look for what you're grateful for, listen to your book and do something. So if you kind of kick in when you start to get to that point of feeling bored and make yourself do something, even if it's go and wash the dishes or put the washing on the maiden, even if it's go and have a wash, even if it's get a pen out and do a bit of drawing, anything at all, just make yourself do something, and it kind of gets you out of that routine and that mood, so you don't go down that cycle of I'm bored, I've not got anything to do. And then your mind starts thinking about, because you've gone to that negative aspect, your mind then picks, oh, well, you're bored, why don't you think about this horrible thing? Because boredom's not a positive thing to be in. So it's kind of breaking the point of boredom. So don't get to the point of boredom. Don't let yourself get to the point where you're not doing anything all the time. Because if you're not doing anything, you're just going to get to a point where you can't be bothered doing anything. And then you get bored, and then you get low mood, and then it just goes into that cycle. And it is finding those things that you're grateful for and grabbing hold of them and looking at them and really kind of like, I'm really grateful when I'm at home about the birds and the songs that I hear the birds singing every day. And I focus on that every day. When I was in that situation somewhere else and I saw the birds, it was like, oh, that's one of my positive things that I go towards. So why not use that here? And it's finding different things. So we've just been talking about singing in the wellbeing group and how that can benefit your mental health. If you're feeling really rubbish and low and the birds don't help you feel any better, but to you singing a song would make you feel better, sing that song, sing it out loud. Don't matter if anyone can hear you. I often go out into the garden and sing a song at the top of my voice, get my phone out, put some music on and sing. And it's kind of stepping into that mood and it just uplifts you, especially if you choose a happy, good song, but I advise you choose a happy and good song. Don't choose a song that's going to make you upset and cry. Choose something that will make you uplifted. And it's taking that, so it don't have to be a song. It can be drawing, it could be writing, it could be washing up, it could be going out into the garden, just changing your scenery from one room to another. It's just about the physically doing something instead of stepping into that, I've got nothing to do, I'm bored. Because it's just a continuous cycle and it doesn't help us at all. So it's giving yourself the tools. Mine was the birds and the gratitude and looking for things that made me feel love and happy and uplifted. And yours might be something else. It's finding it and using it as a tool to stop you. So I could have continued that day after day after day and gone down in a cycle, but I didn't. I decided to read my book and look for the things I'm grateful for. And it's giving yourself that tool. You give yourself, even if it's not listening to a book or singing a song, there'll be something that you do that makes you feel uplifted, and it's finding it and actually using it every time you need to. And it's making a conscious effort to use it to lift you and to allow yourself to use it every time you need to. I hope that has helped in some sort of way. And we will be back next week, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for listening to Broken Mind and Growing Confidence. Find us on Facebook at Positive Life Workshops. Come and join our Facebook group, Broken Mind and Growing Confidence, or the Ladies Wellbeing Group. Our anxiety course will be live soon. If you're looking to improve your confidence, if you're interested in any healing, card readings, having problems with anxiety or your own confidence, feel free to give me a message. Thanks for listening. We'll be here again next Thursday. Goodbye.